Alright then guys, welcome to the Bright Show podcast, Boxing. Now before we start this video, please do me a favor, click on the like button, subscribe and leave your comments in the section below because I really want to know what you think about this one. It has been confirmed, Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois on September 21st at Wembley is on, and I'm really excited about this one. I guess now we can call it Daniel Dubois versus Anthony Joshua because Alexander Usyk vacated the IBF title, and therefore Daniel Dubois, who was number one contender in the IBF ranking, becomes the automatic champion, and therefore he defends his title against Anthony Joshua on September 21st at Wembley. Now this is a great fight for British boxing fans. This is fantastic because it's two domestic fighters, two fighters that we've seen develop their careers, we've watched grow within the sport, from different paths actually, and now having to fight for the IBF title. For Anthony Joshua, he's going to become, if he wins this fight, he's going to become a three-time heavyweight champion. Daniel Dubois, if he wins this fight, that is his first, heavyweight champion, belt that he's gonna have, and so it's really exciting, interesting for both fighters on a different level. But we heard about this fight being in the making. Of course, it all depended on Usyk, what he does with the IBF title, and we know that IBF, they do not play around. They like to enforce their mandatories, and if you cannot, defend your title, you're going to be stripped of the belt, and the belt is going to go to the number one contender in the ranking. So, definitely shout out to the IBF for being honourable, for being honest, and enforcing their mandatories, unlike the WBC that like to give their fighters leeway to mess around and keep the belt for as long as they're getting their sanctioning fees. But the IBF, we know, are honest, they're honourable, and they are a true organisation that cares about the sport. And as we can see, the belt is on the line for AJ and Daniel Dubois to get right into it. Now this is an exciting fight. I'm really looking forward to this one. Both fighters have come from a different trajectory in their lives, in your boxing lives, of course. Anthony Joshua, gold medalist, Olympics, did really well in his career, became a two-time heavyweight champion, and now looking to become the third. He's had a couple of losses. Andrew Ruiz lost, Alexander Usyk twice. When it comes to Daniel Dubois, good amateur, but he sort of built his career by winning some good fights in the professional ranking. He took his first loss with Joe Joyce, and then went on to lose against Usyk, and sort of have built his career slowly up, and he's looking really good, and recently has fought Jerome Miller, and has fought the Croatian recently as well in Filip Hrgović. So both fighters are coming off a loss, not their last fight, but they're coming off a loss. They've tasted losses before, so this is not a championship fight where someone's gonna have to think about whether they're gonna lose their O or not. This is where both fighters, I believe, are gonna put it on the line, are gonna fight to the end, because Daniel Dubois, he's got a point to prove that he's not a quitter, that he can become a world champion. He's won his last two fights, so he's got a lot of confidence coming into this fight. Anthony Joshua, on the other hand, he's chasing legacy, really. He's had his losses. He's had some really good wins recently against, Otto Wallin and, Francis Ngannou as well. So he's coming off some really good fights, confidence building fights, which he's been able to have. He's working with a new trainer in Ben Davison, who's very analytical. The team that been, with Ben Davis, they're doing a really good job sort of making sure they can tell AJ what he has to do, to get reaction from the other opponents. So they're doing a really good job with AJ. So he's coming into this fight with a lot of confidence as well. And what makes this fight really, really interesting is Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois seem to have a history in sparring. Although I've been watching some interviews today when the fight has been announced, and Joshua doing his media run, and of course Dubois doing the same, and they both seem to don't want to talk about it, but those that saw the sparring, those that were witness to it, have mentioned that they had sparring, it got heated, and some things happened in the sparring. Of course, you cannot use sparring to gauge how a fight is going to go in the boxing ring on the night under the lights. No way, because that is sparring, and fighting on the night is totally different. I'm gonna give my prediction as this fight goes on, but I thought it'd be good to talk about it. The fight is here. I was really looking forward to this fight because I believe Dubois has got something to prove, and Anthony Joshua, he's got something to prove, because if he wins this fight, becomes a 3-time heavyweight champion, he gets the opportunity to fight Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury later on next year, somewhere in Q1 or probably in Q2 next year. So it's a great fight. Wembley Stadium in London. You'll probably pack it up to 100,000 people over there. Wembley is going to sell out because these are two guys very well known on a domestic level here in London, in the UK, and fight fans are going to go. They're going to make a lot of noise. It's a Saudi sort of card as well. The undercard is really packed with some really good fighters as well. So look, it's going to be a great night of boxing. Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. I think it will be a great fight. I don't think it's going to go to the distance. I think someone's going to stop someone, which I'm going to break this fight down as we get closer. But let me know what you think about this fight. What do you think about each guy's chances? What do you think about the previous fights coming into this fight? And what do you think about this heavyweight title fight? Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. Really exciting. Get in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Of course, keep subscribing to the channel. Leave your comment section below. Like this video. Share it amongst your people. And I look forward to doing more of these videos with you. See you on the next one.